soca sounding way. I want to jam this music instead. Bring the rhythm, be dum ba dum ba dum. And let me have some funny fun. I just wanna roll out, I wanna lose control. I just wanna free up. Just wanna jam up. Juve morning coming. See everybody chipping, jam up on one spot. Start to loosen up. Jump up on one spot. Start to loosen up. I wanna tell you now. Look, the music bad. The music bad. The music mad. Na 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 yeah. Ba na na na. Ba 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 na. Ba 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 na.
Oh, let me come now. Pam 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 pam. Carnival for we is a must for me. Wakes me up my slumber, makes me do a number. Is we time again to loosen we brain. Find yourself a partner just to ease the pressure. Sing the song. I don't wanna sleep no more. I don't wanna walk no more. Tell me what you're waiting for. It's time to hit on the floor. I don't wanna sleep no more. I don't wanna walk no more. I want to get in the heat. See me chipping down your street. All aboard, Carnival afloat. All aboard, time to rock my boat.
All aboard.
Come and get in line.
All aboard.
Strictly party time.
All aboard.
Carnival afloat.
All aboard.
Time to rock my boat.
All aboard.
Come and get in line.
All aboard.
Strictly party time. I say, let me rock non-stop. Don't rock the boat, baby. Let me rock non-stop. Whoa, yo.
I can't pay for that.
Let
me just say that out front. I can't pay for that.
And neither the media back.
Ladies and gentlemen, in studio this morning, original voices of Ajala and Tony Prescott. Gentlemen, thank you very much for blessing us with a bit of music this morning, first of all. So it's Carnival Chat. We want to engage these gentlemen, and we just wanted to remind you out there and even educate probably the younger generation. That raised my pause because that's where I started to party.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good.
In Ohio, that's when I started to party. And those that I heard you the lyrics in your song, Ajala. You're telling Shadow.
Well, Shadow
bring down the rhythm.
Yeah, well, actually, Shadow is telling me. Telling me because at that time the BPMs were pretty fast and stuff. And Shadow is a groove man.
Right.
You understand? So what I really pictured there is Shadow having a discussion about, hey, everything is running to the left, running to the right, madness, way. But at the same point in time, you can still get a little thing and bring it down, down to the whining spot, the gyrating level.
Yeah.
It's nice to levitate, but it's also nice to take it down.
and interestingly, Tony, I think that's just where I wanted to start the discussion in terms of the evolution of soca music, especially with two guys like yourself who would have, seen a generation of music pass and now looking on at the new generation doing its thing. The BPMs is probably what has changed the most. It started to speed up. And is it that some people didn't speed up with the BPMs or weren't willing to speed up with the BPMs?
I wouldn't say no. It always had different genres of the music in terms of in the fets, right? There were the groove songs that used to mash up. You know what I mean? And people getting big forwards, and they were the faster songs, road match contenders and stuff, right? And it depends on the year, the energy, and what you as an artist were portraying. But that doesn't mean if a person had a fast song or a slow song that he was going to get less forward in the party. It came down to the individual artist and his or her performances. Now, what started to happen over the years, and if you would notice, Ajala was one of the exponents of the faster BPMs together with the grooves, but he had jump up and get on bad and horsey dig. And a true story, I went to Japan, and going to Japan now, we were doing like some of the best soca music in terms of the compilation of songs. So we would do world-class songs like Hot Hot Hot, Arrow had these international anthems, but we also picked out the best songs from Trinidad and Tobago. And Ajala make the cut. So we had Jump Up and Get On Bad, Jump and Wave, and Super Blue Get Something and Wave in one set. And Japanese people who at the time told us, Tony-san, how you sing one song so long?
Yeah.
So their interpretation was like,
one
right, that was the
one piece, yeah.
Lyrically in certain things. So like I was saying, Ajala, they were always on the cut, and he was one of the cutting edge artists at the time, doing it on a certain high level. But over the years, the BPMs went so far that it was crazy to dance to, because some of the songs that we were thinking were fast then, when we head back on the recording, it's very slow.
Slow now,
it was actually 140, and 140 BPMs was actually the zenith, as what they would say, in terms of how fast a soca song could still go while being executed, while hearing horns and all the instruments and stuff. And if you have noticed, over the years, there's been a suffering of the fast songs. This year and last year, there's been a coming back of it in terms of coming back, and the jab Grenada, they kept it alive with that jab song. But the groovy soca has been the music that has always been throughout the generations, that has always been that glue.
Yeah.
And even today, with a lot of the younger artists, you would see that the music that they are putting out is basically the groovy, because it has that kind of international flavor and appeal to it.
Has anything changed in your mind, Ajala? When you look back at that era, and I'm supposing early 80s into the 90s, when you look back at that era and the generation of artists that we had then, have you seen a change? Or because some of the arguments that there, speed it up, no, slow it down, we want more power, more groovy, those arguments lasted throughout the years, from generation to generation. What changed in your mind?
Well, basically, the whole feel and the groove, right? As they say, people don't like new changes and stuff, or they can't accept change. But I have seen that the art form has grown, right? Just like reggae, dancehall, and then you have the cartel and that kind of vibes, kind of thing. I have seen the changes, yes, but the acceptancy and the kind of potential that the new music that we have is given is not really with longevity and long lasting, because what I've observed is that songs from long ago still running, like Tony P, All Aboard, and Sugar Boom Boom, and all those songs
they will mash up at any time.
Feel into parties. And up to now, if we try to remember what was the Road March 5 years ago, sometimes even just last year, we are finding that we are having material without any longevity, no sustenance. People can't remember them. I call it socializing music, because even right now it's a disrespectful thing for me, for the art form, when people could wear high heels to come into a fete. You couldn't dare do anything like that, because it's either you want to break up your ankle, because when we finish with
not in PSA.
Not in PSA.
Not in the Soca Village.
Things like brass festival, all those elements that is our culture, we have lost that. So not just the fact of just the music and the changes, but how has it progressed? I'm not bashing anybody, just said the younger generation, everybody had their space, right? But when we look back, we want to see, well, what it is happening now, as Tony told me just now, is better to be famous than to be popular, because when you're popular, it could be just popular for today, and next year, and then you hear the artist again. You understand? But when you're famous, it means you have longevity, you have songs, you have a track record, you know, and I'm not seeing artists these days that coming out having any length of period of time, even staying.
Let's debate that a bit. Tony, jump in there, because what Ajala said there, I remember Devon Matthews, right? Deceased, passed unfortunately a few years ago. His last song,
The Journey,
with Ella. We have that clip that we circulated, and he said the music. He said Auntie Ella tell him, because he said I want a classic.
Yeah.
So she said the classics. All the young people not making all young people making people do this.
Yeah.
She said, but when you get somebody doing this. He said when you get somebody into the, he said all they do that kind of R&B kind of thing, and all they just making people do this. So I just want to find out in your mind, what is responsible for as I say, a black man feeling to party, are all aboard. You know, when you hear those things, still classics, but as I say, probably over the years, we haven't gotten those kind of classics.
Well, I would say art imitates life, right? And the artist has been the storytellers of life. And if you go through certain recordings, you would hear, it is time to have beds in the hospital. We still having that problem today, right? And that song was sung in 1970 something, right? The artists are always been the poets of the society, and sometimes the generation brings out that energy in the music. Now, there was an unspoken word that people used to be getting taught in the game and getting schooled in the game. When you come in, I myself as an artist, I would have seen Ajala and they would have been the senior and doing it on a high level. But when you came out and you had it documented visually, not on tape, and that was one of the critical things that we have maybe failed on, not documenting our successes and telling our own stories, and leaving other people to tell our stories for us. Because the generation now that has born under social media, they have grown up in a generation that I want to use the word as powerful as a word as faking, because they are real people and real things. But they have grown up in an illusion sort of a world where we can create things behind the cameras and make you believe that it is real. But when you come to a fete and you mashing up, you know it's real, because the crowd gonna know and tell you it's real, because they're jumping, they're waving, you've seen it, you believe in it. A lot of people haven't had the opportunity for their eyes to see the glory on soca music. That is why when Super Blue come out here with the rag storm and he say jump up, right? Rag, oh, come on, take out all the rag again. Let me get on this, let me show you how it's done. Right? That has had an effect on the music, because the parties now have become a little bit more smaller and more conceptualized. So before, the power used to be with the artists. So you come in, for instance, Ajala and his band would have been in Arima, Tony Prescott may have been in Port of Spain, our next band would have been in South, our next band would have been in Diego Martin and wherever. And all those parties ran. All those music, we had less radio stations, but we had more music playing. I don't know how that works.
You sure?
Yeah. Less radio station, but we had more stars. More stars and more artist songs playing. It comes down in most times to the Carnival, you would end up hearing 4, 5, 6 songs will be like the leading songs within a Carnival over a period of time. What I had all about it had Ent, it had Flambeau,
but the young people will say, no, we over the years we've had those kind of classics, the music, everybody enjoying the music of the season.
But call them.
I mean,
well, right, your stomach.
No,
No, we ain't talking names, because names will always go through the generations, and right. Because more music and songs, and he said it just now, and it's not a bash nothing, because every generation builds and feels of the one before, right? But
some people will say, Ajala and Tony, I mean, so the social media has definitely changed the game.
Correct.
And some people will say, 3 old men talking about the 80s and 90s, that I go on. The social media has changed the game. Is it that probably some artists may not have been able to make the transition? Because as I said, we know life before social media.
Right.
There's a generation, Tony and Ajala,
right,
that all they know is social media. You know?
That's why I said art imitates life. And you were asking that where that breakdown would have, because the generation now, if they don't see it, they don't believe it.
Correct, yeah.
But I asked them, do you believe in God? When last you saw a video on God?
Yeah.
It's called faith.
So you want them to have faith in the old music.
But it must start with something, having faith.
Yeah.
It come like your mother and father would have, every generation builds or fails off the one before. And they would have wanted the best for you. But when you get older, do you forget your mom and your dad? Do you throw them away and say, well, my mother ain't good, my father ain't good? Because in the time that you are now, you are flourishing? No. What you do is you take the experience, right? The energy and the spirit that they put into you and go forward, because they want the best for you and they want you to be better. So nobody's knocking social. I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. I take out pictures when I go to shows. I have nothing against the generation. Nothing. But what I can say is that if the generation is saying, okay, as you were saying, alluding to old men and whatnot, then why listen to Dr. Dre? Why go and see Eminem, or why listen to Michael Jackson song?
Jay-Z.
Why listen to Bob Marley? He's old. No, it's not like that. Music is timeless, it's ageless, it's colorless, it's barrierless. Well, music and sport is one of the things that bring people together. A guy like Barry Salmon will come here and you will see youth going to see him.
Yeah.
Right? Music is music, and that's what we're saying across the board. If it's good, if Ajala is doing good music, hey, it's not an old or a young thing. If Nessa Preppy or Ufnals is doing music and it's good, hey, I myself will jump, hey, I love that Ufan, you know. So I don't discriminate against the borders, but what I think we need to do is have a little balance. Meaning, you would see a award show internationally, and you would see one of the great young artists singing a Mariah Carey song or singing a song done by Aretha Franklin. Who is the artist you look up to? She wasn't even around to see Aretha Franklin concert, but she tell you Aretha Franklin. Because in order to go forward, you must have a balance and a space in the past. Because even though we're going forward with technology, we still don't have that button. When we press it, we beaming up Scotty.
Yeah.
We still on the ground.
Ajala, has the music improved? Has it plateaued? We run out of time, but I just need to find out from you. In your mind, as I said, you all would have seen a generation of music, no generation before that, because you would have looked up to, some of the great calypsonians that the thing came out of, and then you would have seen another generation. Has the music plateaued? Has it improved?
Well,
Or has it decreased?
No, the music, I like what's happening because as I said before, when you have something small and our art form with the cosmopolitan background that we have, meaning that we're open to so many different genres, it keeps evolving and new things I just call it in this Western hemisphere with our soca music especially. Our music is a kind of last music, so a lot of different things could be coming out of it. Like I do a lot of combination now, I gel in a lot of things because I just don't want to be on just the Carnival part of it.
Right.
I want to do things like Luther Vandross, like Stevie Wonder. I used to tell them before, I said, all you have to do is, they used to say, boy, you're a freshwater Yankee. When you go to America, you just come back here and sing like a Yankee thing. I said, no, I was just experimenting because I know that's what they could understand. And if I could break down that and make it more understandable to them, it's good because our music itself too, because of the it sounds a little jumble, right? Compared to reggae and R&B that is spaced off and cool and everything. Calypso is really fast. As a drummer, you say you have to play like a spider man, you know what I mean? The music itself has evolved and developed nicely. But what I'm saying is that we don't have no longevity and no sustenance in it because of maybe they need to go back to the drawing board. It's not always going for something new, but sometimes you have things here and you just need to work on it, get into it, and experiment. Right?
Ajala and Tony P dropping by inside the Carnival chat this morning. We run over time. I felt I just wanted because I already wanted a little performance at the top just to revoke a little memory there. Ajala has out this season Waste No Time, and Tony P has Party We Mad. A little taste of it as we go out. I want to thank. It's so good to see Ajala and Tony P in the flesh. As I said, when I was about this high, I was partying to these guys, and I mean, good to see them, guys. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Keep doing your do and contribute. Talk to the young people, right?
Yes.
Talk to the young people. We take a short break. We're coming right back, folks.